So we're back again after another bit of a layoff. I know when I spoke to you in advance of the last fight, you said the goal was to be more active, but only the one fight in 2018. So why was that?
Hey, it was not my choice.
No.
You know what? I think it had a lot to do with now I've dropped down the division to flyweight, and you know they're still kind of, I think, figuring out where everybody should be and what fights need to be made. So I was hoping to fight a little bit earlier, but I'm still happy I'm in Nashville, so.
Right, yeah. And I mean, especially with the way fights have fallen through in terms of the actual title fights themselves, it's kind of probably backed up everything in the women's 125 division.
Yeah.
I imagine this isn't the rollout that they were hoping for this first year or so, right?
Yeah, a lot of things I think they've had to kind of tweak, you know, with, you know, obviously with champions not fulfilling their need and a change up and what's going on back and forth. So, you know what, they're still, you know, adjusting to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm sure you imagined you probably would fit in a lot better too if you had won the fight against Caitlin. Just looking back on that, obviously, you know, quite a few months now to reflect on it. What do you feel just went wrong for you that night?
You know what, that's the best I felt in a long time, and I'm happy with my performance. And you know, it's different styles. You know, I like excited about this one. You know, I like someone who's going to go out there and stand with me, and which probably wasn't the best bet for her. So, you know, and that's her different game. But, you know, just being able to kind of, I think, work on my takedowns from a less aggressive fighter. I think that's something that I've been really trying to work on and kind of need to utilize a lot more.
Yeah, and Caitlin's definitely a challenging opponent to fight, just with her style and everything.
And her length. And her,
yeah, was it more difficult or different than you thought it would be once you were actually in there with her?
Yes and no. Yeah, I knew she was she's a very active, she moves around a lot. So in that sense, but yeah, you know, I'm still happy with my performance.
Yeah, and obviously coming off that one, like you said before, you wanted to be active. Was there any talk of maybe fighting earlier than this, or was this really the first date fight that they had come to you with since that fight?
Yeah, you know what? They kept telling me I'm on the list, and you know, it just gives me more time to work on other things.
Right, yeah. And did you, I know you had made some changes to training and everything before that fight. Was it nice to be able to just parlay and keep working that forward going into this camp and, you know, over that break you had?
Yeah, you know, even though I didn't have a fight, I tried not to take that time off, you know, just still being right back in the gym the next week, you know, still, you know, there's always things you can work on. This is a growing sport. You need to grow as well.
Yeah. And when you said you're happy to be here in Nashville, is there anything that's significant to you about the city, or are you just, you know, somewhere new that you haven't fought before?
No, I fought here. Yes,
yeah, right.
I fought here about 2 years ago.
Right.
So, and I like it. I like I don't know. It's a nice community. It's always good people around here. It's good vibes. It's kind of relaxed.
Yeah, good memories, right?
Yeah.
Positive ones.
Yeah.
So that's always good. And then you get the matchup with Jennifer. Was she someone that was on your radar at all, really? Obviously, you know, not as much UFC experience for her, but even before the UFC, she's done a lot in her career as well. So.
Oh, well, yes, being like the Invicta champion, of course. As much on my radar, well, it's no one's really like, obviously, other than, you know, being like within like the top 2 people are really on my radar.
Right.
But because the way this division has been, so everything's kind of new, and you're getting people that are coming down from different divisions and different organizations. So it's kind of almost like you don't know what's going to happen.
And when you did get the fight with her, was she someone that, you know, obviously, you, like you said, kind of aware, but would you just make the style matchup and everything? Was this the fight that you liked, right? When
Yes, for sure, yeah. Of course, her being a former champion for Invicta, and just her experience level and her style of fight, I was excited for this matchup.
What do you feel like you kind of shine in terms of the styles against her? What do you feel like you kind of have the serious advantages?
I'm just excited about the fact that I know that now I have somebody who's gonna come out there and, you know, that's gonna put on a good show. You know, it's gonna come in and they're gonna fight me. You know, they're gonna put it. Be aggressive and put all that they can in through this fight, and I look forward to those tough fights like that.
Yeah, definitely. And you must still feel pretty good about your place in the division. I mean, Caitlin coming off that win got herself into a #1 contenders fight against Jessica. Obviously didn't go her way, but she's booked in another big fight now against JoJo. So, like, you're obviously not far away from that group of people. Is that how you're looking at it? Like, you're just kind of right there on the cusp, and maybe a win puts you right back in that conversation?
Yeah, you know what I do? I feel like a win for this is just going to, kind of push me forward and, kind of take things one step at a time, but, trying to work my way back up there.
Yeah, and you mentioned, the division kind of disarray and stuff. No one really knows who goes where. Jessica is getting the next shot against Valentina. Do you feel like that was kind of the right fight for them to make, given how things are laying out right now?
Yeah, well, I think that was a good fight, a good matchup to make. It's kind of hard with, people coming and switching through weight classes and whatnot. So I'm just excited to see the title start to move, and to have a defense. So.
Yeah, and it seems like Valentina wants to be a very active champion, so that seems like, good for people like you. She obviously wants to, defend it a lot, so it seems like maybe we'll get some movement going pretty quick. I know she even didn't want to wait until June. She was hoping to fight far earlier. So you get a win here, you're obviously in a really good spot, I'm sure you feel, right? How do you see Jessica doing? Do you feel like Valentina's going to hold that belt for a while? Do you want her to hold that belt for a while until you get there?
You know what? I'm not... Whatever happens, happens. I got to worry about myself right now. Yeah. I think it'll be a good matchup. Good. I know Jessica's working a lot on her wrestling too, but Valentina, she's not shy in the ground either. I know that's something that she's been working a lot on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, your ground game is no slouch either, and you go in there against Jennifer. Do you see this being a grappling heavy fight? Is that what you want it to be, or do you kind of see it playing out?
Let's face it, it's probably going to be stand-up. Which, she's a aggressive stand-up fighter. I'm an aggressive stand-up fighter. It's a fight. Let's see what's going to happen.